Hi folks, Brian Haywood here from Beards and Banjos back with you again, and today we're going to do a beard trim and hopefully accentuate this mustache a little bit more since we've been growing it out. So stay tuned. All right, thanks for joining me once again for Beards and Banjos, where we talk about whatever we want to talk about, beard related, little beard vlogs, discussions, tips and tricks and advice. Also got some review videos and other special things. Right now we've got an epic mustache challenge going on with Matt from No BS Beard Reviews, and we're in the middle of week 3 out of 8. And growing out the mustache, it's actually going to today force me to change my beard shape a little bit. And let me tell you why. Normally, if you're trimming above the lip line, your lip and everything here is a little bit shorter. It doesn't, your mustache doesn't lay on top of your beard. Last time I showed you how to kind of separate that out. But when all this was shorter, the top, where I've got my cheek line there, I wanted to go to the top of my mustache. About 6 weeks ago, I did a big beard trim where I kind of went all over with the longest guard on my clipper. So, and that being the case, I wanted to have my cheek line high as I could so we could get as much kind of coverage on this area as I could. But now that my beard's grown out, is kind of, it elongates your face. It's elongating your jawline, that kind of thing. But when I grew out my mustache, it also kind of pulled down where it's where you're noticing it more, right? So the mustache profile is going down lower on my face. So that being the case, I don't think this high or higher cheek line looks quite as good. So I'm going to experiment here and take it down a little bit. I want to try to go even with my lip line. So somewhere right in here. Okay, but before I do that, I want to do a little beard trim because I want to kind of redefine the bottom of this thing because I want to see what the shape of this is. A lot of times I like having my cheek line kind of mimic what I've got going on for the shape of the bottom. So sometimes it's a little straighter and sometimes it's a little bit more arched and curved. So I want to play around with that a little bit. So I've got my Brio and what I'll be doing is putting on the 6 guard and then possibly go down to the 3 guard a little bit. In fact, let me just snap one of these on. So you put the guard on and you go down and do a little hedge trimming, if you will. I do like having the tapered look. I experimented quite a bit when I was growing it out and kind of let everything grow, but my hair on my face, my beard hair is a little too curly to have that look for me. So I didn't like it, especially right in here. I had some really kind of puffy cheeks and it's starting to get that way again. So I really started kind of tapering that down. Looks better on me. So maybe we'll have another discussion about that later. But let me go ahead and get started on this. All right, that's good enough for right now. So you kind of see what we did. We tapered the sides down, and then we really wanted to make sure I kind of keep this straight and in line. So I take off I've got two spots here on each side that kind of starts creeping down my neck, especially if I'm keeping my beard at this length. So once it creeps down and then the front starts growing, then I kind of have an arc here. So I wanted to bring that up, but you still see it's kind of rounded. By a few weeks from now, it'll look a little bit more square just because it'll grow out here on my neck. So that's good for now. I want to really kind of focus on getting this cheek line a little bit more defined. And this is a new one for me. So I'm going to be taking the Brio axis trimmers because of the smaller profile here. Okay, so the hope is to take it and bring down the cheek line a little bit there. Okay, I don't have a straight razor, haven't tried that yet. Normally I've got kind of weaker cheek lines a little bit at the top, so kind of keep it more natural. I don't usually have a really defined sharp line, but this kind of more styled out mustache to me is kind of begging for a little bit more of a defined cheek line. So let's see how this goes. So once again, I'm going to aim for the corner of my mouth, kind of. So pull the mustache out of the way and go right about here is the plan. We shall see. It's hard to get the light right and the angle right so you can see what you're doing. Okay. You can also take it here and go around in the curve that you're trying to make. Okay, so a little bit rounded here, a little bit rounded in there. And now the mustache can become more of the focus. All right, so that's looking pretty good. Now, I've got a weak spot here anyway, so it's always kind of a fine line on how far to go with it. But I think we're gonna leave it right there for now. And the other side, for some reason, doesn't grow quite as high, so I don't have to do quite as much work, but it actually has less of a weaker spot here. So if you guys are like me, you never know what kind of growth patterns and stuff you might have until you really try it. So let's see what we can do. And can I do it right-handed? I'm a lefty. Got any more lefties out there? Okay, this one looks a little, at least it does to me, it looks like it's a little more angled. It's actually not. I just have some white hairs right there, or areas that doesn't grow as well either. So it's actually supposed to match this other side, but we shall see. This kind of scoots down a little bit more than this side, so I'm going to see if I can't round it a little bit more. Okay, tell me what you think, guys. Does the lower cheek line now match this mustache a little bit better? I really feel like it does. So before we had hairs kind of up here, and now we want that mustache to kind of be the focal point as it's becoming epic. At least that's the hope. All right, so that's kind of where we'll leave it for now. I'll probably go back in and maybe kind of get a few stray hairs here and there. But the main purpose of this video was just kind of show you I was going to actually reshape the beard a little bit, especially that cheek line, now that the mustache is getting bigger and it's laying on top. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't, and we'll see you again next time. Maybe we'll do a review video next time. All right, have a good one.